Hey, my super beautiful, lovely, gorgeous souls. Welcome. Lizzie the Lightworker here, Rainbow Moon. I'm bringing you guys a reading today. It's going to be for divine masculines and divine feminines. And there's been a lot of, astrological events going on in the last few months. And with the pandemic, energies are very heavy. And we are in Mars energy till the end of the year. So I thought that with all those feelings and these waves of emotion that are sort of just settling over our planet, why not focus in and hone in on the difficulties of separation for each of these divine masculine and divine feminine parties? So what has been the most difficult thing to overcome in separation? What to work on, how to work on it, advice, and then sort of more, we'll do a little bit of timing, okay? Let's get into it. I'll leave timestamps. If you want to just watch Divine Masculine or Divine Feminine, you can do that, or you can watch both. Both may be significant to you. I would recommend watching both. All right, let's get into this. Let's start with the Divine Masculine. So what has been the most difficult thing for the Divine Masculine in separation? And we've got facing demons. Yeah, I mean, I can certainly relate to that. I know a lot of people, once you can identify your demons, it makes it a little bit easier to start working on getting rid of them. But if you're at a stage where you haven't really even fully recognized what's what, it makes it a little more difficult, and it can kind of make you feel very small and very defeated. So they're having trouble with that. Let's look a little deeper into this. Let's go with the My Mirror of Shadows Oracle and see what are some shadows, what are some wounds that the Divine Masculine is facing? What are some of these demons that the Divine Masculine is facing? Fear of loss and grief. I don't get attached easily because I've dealt with a lot of loss. So they may have some grief to work out. They might have grief wounds or survivor wounds. They might have grief that they have not dealt with, like the loss of a parent or a sibling or someone very, very close to them. So they may be attached and detached. Does that make sense? They are attached to the feelings of this loss and grief, and they are detached emotionally because of it. So they're probably not aware of this at the forefront, because they might think that it's okay to feel sad if they're dealing with a loss or some type of grief, but long lasting is where the concern comes in. So let's see what else they're dealing with. We've got some dishonesties. Lying was a learned behavior for me. So Divine Masculine, lying was a difficult, I feel like you don't want to lie. Like, this is what this says. Like, you don't want to lie. It's like a learned behavior. It could be something that you learned in your environment. It could be something that you learned to not upset or disappoint others. And it could also be something that you do just with yourself. You could lie to yourself. That is absolutely possible. Let's see what else we're getting. Fear of rejection. I act like I don't care because I fear rejection. There you go. Could it be any simpler as that? Yeah, fear of rejection is a big thing in a lot of twin flame separations. More that I see are the rejection fears. So they might have a little bit of, that feeling of not good enough, or they have maybe a feeling of otherness where they feel like they don't fit in, or they're afraid to try to fit in for failure or judgments. Okay, so let's see some things that are surrounding this majorly, like energies, people, maybe energy, like I said, intentions, those sort of things. Let's see what we're getting here. We've got hidden motivations. So it could be that their feelings are, I feel like, a lot of feeling here. Okay, there's a lot of feeling here with this. I feel like they may have not been completely upfront. Okay, Divine Masculine, you may have not been completely upfront about your feelings. I feel like there was a little bit of intention behind it, because I feel like you were motivated to not get hurt and motivated to not get too attached. So there was some at face value, seeming like you wanted this with your divine, your connection, seeming like you wanted this connection. But deeply you were worried about that rejection fear came up, that loss and grief fear came up. So these are some things that your twin mirrored to you that are the most important things in separation to sort of work out. So with that note, let's go into sort of some soul lessons or soul purpose. That why are you here? What did you decide as a union? What did you decide to work on? Let's see what we've got. Oh my gosh. Your soul is here to learn how to trust. That really fits with all of this, because I feel like that's one of the major issues at face value is a trust issue. So, it could be that someone broke your heart. It could be that somebody didn't respect you or respect your boundaries, and it made you feel like you couldn't trust anybody. Or it could just be in the love department, where you feel like, you have to have a lot of time to develop something with someone and gain that trust and earn that trust, and it's a two-way street. Rather than just commit quickly. So it could be why, these things are coming out now. So let's see. Your soul is here to teach others about kindness. So lessons in kindness, possibly being a little kinder to yourself, divine masculine. That's a big possibility. Let's see what else we're getting here. This one sort of just popped out on me. Your soul is here to learn how to express true happiness. And I feel like with that, that's more or less saying that a relationship can't solely give you happiness. So I feel like a lot of people are out there sort of counting on a relationship, a romantic relationship, to give them happiness. And when it doesn't, they want to blame their partner, or they want to go into depth about what's wrong with the relationship and what isn't working, instead of focusing on what is working. I feel like sometimes that's why people need to be single, so they can really venture out into the world and find what makes them happy. That's really like what your dreams are. What do you really want? What do you really feel like you need? Traveling? Is it education? Is it more money? Is it the whole package? Is it family? All these things are important in the separation process. All right. And look, we've also got your souls here to resolve negative thinking. So it could be that you became one of these people that is overly concerned with what could go wrong. Okay. So put this towards the union and the connection and then the separation. It could be too that, you sort of maybe unconsciously pushed away your twin because you didn't realize that you were thinking negative already. You were probably like thinking, gee, what if, they cheat on me? What if they, find somebody else better? What if they, I don't know things about me that I'm not ready to say, and they make me vulnerable? All those things come out in separation. So this is a new deck that I've created. This is the Lost Love Oracle. So we're going to hit this up, and this is the first time I'm using it here. So let's see what we're getting. Sort of, what caused this separation, or what kind of state are you in because of this separation, and maybe some things to work towards. Wrecking Ball, demolishing the past. So the divine masculine has to work out a way to sort of take a wrecking ball to the past. I feel like if your feelings and your old thoughts, like let's just say you're ruminating about past things, and that's an actual building, the wrecking ball comes in, and that's like the new wave for you. It's supposed to be your awakening. It's supposed to be your renewal of spirit. So everything else has to go. Everything else has to be demolished. Everything has to be torn down in order for you to sweep and clean and rebuild everything towards a newer, greater future for yourself, or aspirations just to be a better person or want better things for yourself. That's what I'm getting. So there's definitely a sense that the divine masculine is having difficulty facing these demons. You need to take a wrecking ball to these demons. I feel like baby steps. Work on your soul lessons little by little. Let's see what else we're getting. We've got excuses. Heard it all before. So your divine could have felt this way towards you, okay? I don't know if you want to reach out to them, but you're afraid that this is how they're going to feel. I also feel like you may have done this for yourself in the past, like used some awful experiences as crutches to say, I have an excuse to be this way. I have an excuse to feel this way. Spirit is like, we can't make excuses for the way we've acted and things we've done, because those are supposed to be our lessons. So maybe some unfavorable things that we've done, or some things that were not so savory or we're not proud of. That's all okay. Those are all part of learning. So I feel like no more excuses, Divine Masculine. Step into your power. Go after your dreams. Face your demons. Do that self-work. Work on self-love. Don't worry about what other people think. Just keep doing you. Keep climbing that ladder. Keep, worrying about work and career and those sorts of things. And then let's see what else we're getting here. We've got communication, the silent treatment. So did you sort of ghost, or did they ghost you? I feel like there was just a shutdown of connection between you and your divine. I don't know if this is how your divine feels, which is very, very popular. Divine feminine could feel this way, where she's completely shut out. She doesn't have her voice really to say what she wanted to say to you. Or is it how you feel, where you felt like maybe you needed to stop the communication because it was getting too heavy and you didn't really have the right answers for them? So yeah, some issue with communication. I'm definitely feeling that. So let's see what we have not done yet. Let's go into sort of some angel answers and we'll wrap up, and then we'll get into the divine feminine. So moving forward, these are some of the most difficult things that you've had to deal with in separation. You might not be living them outwardly. These might be more internal conflicts. Divine Masculine has sort of like a habit of doing that, like making them more internal. Divine Feminine is more external, where you will actually see, tears or sadness or depression and things like that. That's what I see in working with my clients. So the repression feeling is here, okay? The repression. Let's go through this just quickly again. We've got excuses. We've got wrecking ball, where a total rehaul needs to happen. We've got some negative thinking. We've got learning about true happiness. What's going to make you happy at your core? Kindness and trust. Hidden motives that could have been from the past. It could have been that, you weren't ready to let this person in completely. And we've got some wounds, rejection and dishonesties, and fear of loss and grief. So these are some major challenges. What do the angels have to say about these challenges? Is there going to be a breakthrough for you? Let's see. Well, we've got take action. So if there's something you've been sort of dancing around and you're not sure if you should go into it or not, I feel like Spirit is like, go for it. I also feel like, if you feel like you need to connect to your divine, or you feel like an apology is in order, or some kind of connection or communication, Spirit is guiding you to do that. It doesn't mean forever. It doesn't have to mean that you're okay to be with them, or that you feel justified or anything like that. I feel like Spirit just wants you to start to take action on these things here that we've talked about. Let's see. We've got a no answer. So if there's a question in mind that you had coming into this, there's a no answer for that. Let's see what else we're getting. Will there be connection? Will you be healing? Will you be reaching out to your divine feminine anytime soon? Look, I also feel like we need to ask, is this something that, is going to have progress? Are you going to have progress with this healing? We're getting a yes. Amazing. All right, so let's see what else we're getting here. Okay, we're also getting within the next few weeks. So that could be that you will have a realization. You might get a sign or see a synchronicity significant. I'm not talking about little, I'm talking about big, that you're going to get a sign. I also feel like you may make communication with your divine feminine. And I also feel like you're going to have more motivation within the next few weeks. I feel like you'll have some time to sort of think things over and really come into a new motivation of self. I hope that this was helpful, guys. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get into the divine feminine. She's got feeling forgotten. This has been the most difficult, trying thing for the divine feminine in this energy in the recent separation. Okay. I feel like it's very difficult to have that feeling of feeling forgotten and feeling left behind. Almost like, she feels like she's a statue, sort of just waiting and stuck and frozen in time. All right. So let's see some other things that have been particularly difficult for the Divine Feminine. And we're going to go with my Mirror Shadows Oracle. And these are shadows and these are wounds. These are sort of the things that need to be healed and worked on in separation. Let's see what we're getting. Fear of betrayal. I don't trust easily because I've been hurt before. So she might be dealing with a whole array of distrust because her Divine Masculine could have done some things to make her trust, sort of go out the window. I feel like this is really her feeling like she was not good enough, feeling like she wasn't the best or the top pick or worth the attention or worth the energy. There's a lot of in-depth emotion here, very heavy, very sad. I feel like it's brought on a little bit of like self-hatred here. And I feel like for her to work through this is more or less getting over the fact that it's, you have to look at it like it's not really you. This glob of meat is not real. It's not about looks. It's not about it. All those things are ego things, okay? We've got safety wounds. I have a hard emotions because I've never felt safe. So there could be some things with root chakra and safety where the Divine Feminine felt possibly unsafe in the connection. That's a possibility. I feel like safety has to do with like, I don't know, how you perceive if you're okay alone, if you have enough money, if you're, physically safe, mentally safe, self-esteem. I am always worried about what others will think. So these are some real challenges in this energy. All right. And I feel like it's harder because we have so many retrogrades going on. We have Mars energy that's come in that's going to last till the middle of December. There's a lot of anger. There's a lot of hostility. There's a lot of feeling like not good enough and not pretty enough and not sexy enough and all these things. These are challenges, guys. Don't forget that. We're meant to overcome them. Even if they're the most painful things we've ever had to deal with, we're meant to find the energy. We're meant to find the sort of calm, the inner calm within and overcome these particular things that the mirror shows to us. So let's check out something sort of a major event or a major energy or a person or an intention that is surrounding all these energies and all these things in separation. Optimism. So I feel like you're supposed to come out of the dark a little bit. I feel like you have to have a day or two where you're not so sad and not so upset and not so up in upheaval. I feel like it's emotional upheaval. So Spirit wants you to get into a better consciousness about this, like to realize that, if this is really twin flame, you cannot be separated. And it's an illusion, okay? Because you have a cord and you are one soul split. Look, and loss. This is about getting over the loss of it, okay? Feeling like that. I've been abandoned. I've been left on this shore. I don't know when the ship is coming in. I don't know what to do. I can't untie myself, sort of feeling from this. So I feel like Spirit is like, you have to have a little more faith in yourself. Try to take some steps. It's okay to not know what you're doing or where you're going. It's okay to be sad, but keep going. It's okay to be worried. Keep going. Don't focus so much energy on the fact that they're not here anymore. That's what I feel like Spirit is trying to elevate you to get you over that. They're wanting to work with you. They're wanting to help you. I feel like they're telling me, you have to make that first step. Guilt, regret, resentment, sadness, and all forms of non-forgiveness are caused by too much past and not enough present. And it's so true because we're always so worried about what happened prior to. And we need to worry about what's going to happen down the line. Okay, so that's where Spirit, I feel like, is directing you. And there's always lessons. So let's see what are some soul lessons that possibly, are part of your journey, their journey, and maybe some that, you sort of decided upon together. So we've got your soul is here to learn about jealousy. Yeah, feeling like you're not good enough, feeling like, a little unhappy if Maybe somebody's a little bit happier right now, and you might be harboring some feelings of jealousy because you want that. What else do we got? We've got your soul is here to learn about empathy. So maybe I feel like in this particular energy is more about empathy for yourself. That's what I'm getting. Like to be a little softer on yourself, be a little more genuine on yourself. And we've got cope with trauma. So there could be past trauma that this separation from your twin is sort of drudging up that past trauma. It could be a bad divorce that you saw your parents go through. It could be abandonment things. It could be lots of different things, but I feel like Spirit is showing you this so you can overcome it so you don't have to keep repeating it. Because I do feel like if we don't step up to the plate about a lot of these things, they're ugly, guys. Let's face it. They're things we don't want to look at. If we don't step up to the plate about it, we can't really achieve any new goals. We can't really move past our present circumstances unless we change, unless we try to change and strive for change. So let's see. This is an interesting reading. I feel like there's a lot of emotion here. So this is my Lost Love Oracle. Let's see what is something like that caused the separation, something that needs to be worked out. Anything that we can use towards the loss of this connection and how we're feeling here for Divine Feminine. We've got some inner child work, childhood wounds that could sort of go hand in hand with the trauma. So working on inner child. Let's see what else we've got. Oh, we've got a ghosted. So is it that they ghosted you? Not a trace. So that could be part of why there's so much going on here in this. Let's see what else. Yeah, self-torture. Free yourself. Free yourself. I feel like Spirit really shows concern here with this because the ghosted thing is a terrible thing. But Spirit's like, you have to stop thinking it's you. Like, it's not you. You can't keep, putting yourself down. You can't, you can't change what happened, the circumstances of the past. But you can change the way you're responding. I feel like Spirit feels like, you're really not living right now. You're not really in your divine energy right now. And you're trying to find it, but all these obstacles are making you feel very overwhelmed and sort of lost. Look, we've got closure. See? When one door closes, you didn't have closure. Okay, so the thing with closure is, it is important psychologically, but I feel like with twin flame, there is no such thing. Okay? So if this is true twin flame and you want that closure, it might be harder for you to accept that you might not get the closure than actually not getting it. Do you know what I mean? I feel like you kind of just have to start to open some new doors. That's really what I'm getting here. To help you overcome some of this, just start to open new doors. Go new ways. Learn new things. Get hobbies. Meet new people if you can. Don't be afraid to have other love connections. We need them. They're all part of the journey. Look, angels are saying forgiveness. All right, so there might be you need to forgive yourself. You need to forgive others from the past. And you need to forgive your twin. And we've got improving health. So it could be that you need to start working on health and a healthy lifestyle. That might be a nice distraction. Let's see what else we're getting. Remain positive. I love it. Remain positive about all things in life. Even these shadows. They're not easy to slay these shadows, but we can do it. And that's part of our purpose, is to be here to do that. So I feel like Spirit is really showing you that there is going to be more positive days coming. I hope that was helpful for you guys. Please like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out my link in the description box for my private reading information and my twin flame separation support group. Love and light, everybody. See you on the next reading. Thanks for watching.